What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Power Down. I got me, Optic Midnight, and a
Man of the Jedi.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm
Hell yeah.
stoked for another
yeah.
episode. This week we're guestless, but last week we had Fuya on and it was an amazing episode. So if you missed that, go check out the previous podcast in the playlist on YouTube, or we are also on iTunes and
Absolutely.
and on SoundCloud. So listen to us at your leisure on those three places. Do any sponsors for this week, Jedi?
I just, G Fuel, that's my main hoe.
Okay.
Save
Damn.
10% off. That's my main hoe. Save 10% off.
With
Hell
code
yeah. Jedi.
There you go.
Code Jedi in a lot of different places. So just try it and see what happens.
Yeah, like just put it in. See.
Yeah.
You're on adidas.com, try Jedi.
Try exactly.
Speaking of clothing, that was not a great transition, but I just released merch for the first time in like 2 or 3 years. So I'll put that link down in the description. You can buy MiDNiTE merch. I got MiDNiTE merch, MiDNiTE Mafia merch. There's stuff that you can, there's like new shirts, hoodies. There's phone holders, stickers, dude. If you can't afford a hoodie and you just want to rep with a sticker.
She means pop sockets.
Yeah, pop socket.
Yeah.
Well, it's labeled phone holder, but yeah, it's a pop socket. They're dope. They look cool, and I'm super stoked. And I'm gonna have a bunch of cool stuff coming out over the summer and the fall, and just cool shit's coming out on the merch shop. I'm finally excited that I'm working with a company where I can just be like, "Yo, let's do this," and they're like, "Bet, let's do that." So
let's do it.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this week's episode, though. We don't really have like an order of things that we're gonna talk about, but what's like the first thing that like strikes you right away? Should we get Game of Thrones over with?
Okay, yeah. So I would say we're going to timestamp this. We're just going to talk about like one thing involving Game of Thrones, which isn't like a major spoiler. It's more just like a character event.
It's a discussion piece.
It's a discussion piece more surrounding the incident that happened. So it's really not a spoiler unless you're kind of like me. Like I consider somebody says, I thought that was really good as a spoiler.
Yeah, I don't like to do any. I don't even like to watch the previews for the next week. I don't want to
I don't watch that. Yeah. So... Okay, we're just giving you the warning. This is where you click off, and if you go down below, it'll tell you where to jump ahead. But
yeah, exactly. It'll be in the description. And if you don't watch Game of Thrones, this will probably all just go over your head, but the discussion piece is still relevant even if you don't watch the show.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's really more about the discussion piece around it, like more so than like the thing itself.
So basically, Game of Thrones is a great show, and it started, and there's this character named Arya Stark, and she is my favorite character on the show. I heard her progression, just watching her literally grow up, has been insane. The actress that plays her is 22 years old right now.
Right, yeah.
But
right now she's 22 years old.
But they've been shooting the show for like 9 years, so we saw her like 9 years ago. It was kind of like...
She was 11. When the show started, she was 11 years old, and the character was 11 years old. They actually aged them up from the books. They were all... Every character, any of the younger characters has been aged up. Just to make things kind of work a little bit better
for
some of
the things later.
Well, no, it's not even so they could do naughty things later. It's so that people wouldn't be like, George R. R. Martin, why did you write a story about a 13-year-old getting raped? This is really messed up.
True.
So that's one of the main reasons. But I think there's different timelines because it's kind of hard to tell how much time has passed in the show.
Yeah, when I did a quick Google, I just saw like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, so like, she could be 18, but she's probably like 17, maybe 16.
Yeah, and
really depends.
But the actress who plays her is 22.
22.
But can I say... She still, to me, looks very young. And I don't know if Gendry's tall or she's just really short, but the height difference was weird when they were kissing. So...
Yeah, she's short, too.
And that didn't weird me out that they were kissing, but then, like, it was go time. Like, she was like, yo, it's my last night on Earth, maybe. Let's bang. Let's do this.
Yeah, so that's basically what happened. Is that, so she's, like, just above 5 feet tall. She's 5'8".
So she's...
No, not 5'8", 5'0.8".
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say, goddamn, Jedi.
Yeah, she's not 5'1" yet. She's like 5.08. So she is both she's just small. She's young. If you actually go back and look at pictures of her at the beginning of the show, she does look a lot older than she did back then, but she still looks very young. She's got a young face.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's nothing. It's fine. The only thing I will say is that I do like the fact that this was a situation where she had total control over the situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
It really reminded me, I don't know if anybody's seen Kick-Ass 2. But when Hit Girl, who is like literally 13 in the first Kick-Ass movie and is still like a younger high school student in the second Kick-Ass movie. No, not even like 14, 13, like 15, starts making moves on like Kick-Ass, who's like 18. it's weird, but they at least point out that it's weird in the movie, but that's what it felt like. And in the first Kick-Ass, she kind of hits on him too. It's just in the second one he goes along with it, so it's just kind of like weird. Yeah, Ashley's face is like, it's weird, and that's the immediate thing I was thinking of. I was like, yo, she giving him the fuck eyes.
Well, it wasn't even
go.
like, yeah, but like in Game of Thrones, it wasn't even the fuck eyes. It was just like, yo, I'm gonna get naked. And I do like that she did it. He didn't pressure her in any way. This was all her coming onto him. She did it her way. She's mature enough. She wants to experience it. She made sure that she told him to take off his own pants. Because like, she was like,
I'm not. What did she say? Something like, I'm not your mother. I'm not undressing you. Something like that. I don't even know. Like, but it was something like that.
It was badass, dude. Like, she did it her exact way, which I thought was dope.
Yeah.
But I also felt weird because she got naked.
Yeah, apparently, if you looked up the Google search trends for how old is Maisie Williams last night, it like was nothing, and then a massive peak.
Yeah.
Just a giant peak of where like people were trying to figure out how old she was. Because I'm like, I knew she was over the age of 18, and I was pretty sure she was like old enough to drink in the US and stuff. I didn't know exactly. So like 22, I think she's actually a little older than I thought she was.
Yeah, same.
But it's still more the fact that like we as the audience obviously have seen her grow up. And she was really young when the show started.
That's like our little sister.
Yeah, exactly. And to me, the other thing too is that like I just thought I didn't get. It's weird when he knew her when she was really young too, and was kind of more like a protective figure. And then it gets that kind of stuff is what weirds me out. Like if she had just shown up to Winterfell and this dude was there and they just hit it off right away, and she was all like, "Time to go to town." That's one thing, but it was more like when you have that backstory stuff, that's when it gets to me. It's like, it's weird.
Yeah, for real. I agree there.
Like,
it is weird. I mean, he obviously, he's not going to deny it. Most cases, the guy's not going to deny.
Well, sometimes they do because they're like, oh my God, you're like my sister. Get away.
Well, that's true. But I think I think they did a good job of him not like being too like he wasn't hitting on her. Like I actually Googled how old she was last week because I felt like she was getting a little kind of
I know, right?
Last week. So I Googled how old she was last week, and I was like, oh, 22, I guess. I don't know how old she is in the show, but she's definitely old enough to do whatever she wants, so.
Yeah. I was like, I saw the side boob, and I was like, everybody's Googling to make sure they're not going to get arrested right now.
Bro, do you think that was a body double or her?
It was definitely her.
You think so?
I can't imagine.
She has a very nice body that I feel doesn't match her face. I mean that in not a mean way. No, I'm just saying, like, maybe she has a very young looking, like, supple face, but then her body's, like, perfect. Maybe they just CGI'd it.
I don't know. In my opinion, I don't think they would get a body double for that. They just wouldn't show any of her body.
They showed her ass. Like, I'm saying the ass is the body double.
Oh, you think the ass?
Yeah. I mean, I literally haven't looked it up since, but I saw her butt for, like, a second. Wow, Jedi, you're looking up child porn on your computer? That's so weird, dude.
I said Arya body double.
Yeah, which, how old is Arya, though? In the pictures, think about it.
Oh
Careful.
my God, stop.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. She declined to use a body double for the scene.
Ooh, girl. Yo, rock then. She has a nice body. Like, no, well, she's 22.
She's 22. You're not a pedophile.
Okay, hypothetical situation. Are we done with Game of Thrones talk?
Yeah, we can. Like, I guess the directors were just like, you can show as much or as little as you want. So that she said she kept herself pretty private, but they showed like just a little bit side.
No, they didn't show like nips or nothing.
I saw it. Yes, they did.
What? I didn't see nips.
Did you miss that? There was a nip. One nip. It was from the side.
Dude, what did you watch it in slow mo? I didn't fucking.
No, I didn't. It was full size. I was literally yelling at the screen, being like, "No!"
I fucking watched it. I just remember seeing like her take off her shirt, seeing her scars, and then seeing her butt. That's all I remember.
So you were just more focused on the butt.
No, well.
No, I don't. No, it's
wait. The butt scene is where the side boob's at.
Yeah, it pans down to the scar, then it goes back to his face, and then it pans back to her, and you get side boob, and then he walks towards her.
Wow, I looked at her butt because I was like, "There's no way that's her butt. It looks so nice." No, well, she's 22, just for the record.
Unrelated, a meme just popped up on my Twitter saying Bran watching Arya getting the hammer from the crypt, and it's got him with
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, the meme
getting the hammer.
Gold.
Oh, I know, dude. That's half the reason I wanted to watch the whole show to catch up, so I could like get it. Like I didn't get it the last like 3 years.
Yeah, but the memes this season are like peak,
amplified, bro.
Peak
it's
memes.
Insane.
Yeah.
And that concludes
Game of Thrones.
Let us know
what you think.
Yeah.
Did you think it was weird? Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think about that. Is she like your little sister, or she's mature? She got to do it in her own way. It was cute. It was like wholesome kind of, but also powerful. How she did it, empowering. I don't know. It was cool. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I'm not that weirded out, but just like a little bit.
I was a little weirded out in the moment because I watched an interview with her where she was all like, Arya Stark don't need no man. And I was like,
girl, go.
But
I mean, she doesn't need him.
She doesn't need a man.
She just wanted
She just
him.
wants a good time. She's like, we might all be dying.
Bro,
Yeah,
I think not needing someone is super hot, and then I think wanting them when you don't need them is super, super hot. Like, that's the highest form of a compliment you could get.
Fair.
Have you ever had somebody who, like, needs you and you're like, oh, this is exhausting for both of us?
Yes.
See? But, like, when they're like,
it's not
when you know they don't need you, but they're like, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's way better than when they're like, you're genuinely concerned for their well-being if you're not with them.
Yeah.
That's
I don't like that at all.
Don't be that person. Don't be that person.
Don't be a clinger, man. Nobody wants a clinger. And dude, I see a lot of stuff like this on social media, and I know that it's memes, but it's like really toxic stuff like that. Like, oh,
sometimes they're not memes.
Yeah, they're like, oh, never catch my man doing this, and I'm like, that's a totally normal thing for someone to do.
That's
what are you talking
totally
about?
Normal. Never catch my man out with his friends on a Saturday night.
Yeah, never catch my man making eye contact with a girl at the grocery store. Toxic.
My man ain't even allowed to be friends with his mama.
Who's calling you? My mom.
She calls too much.
Yeah. Are you sure? You probably have another girl labeled as your mom in your phone. Yeah. That type of stuff freaks me out, bro. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's like, it's my sister. I've seen Game of Thrones.
Are you sure she doesn't want you? I know how Cersei looks at Jaime.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. I have a creepy question to ask. Maybe we've talked about this like a year or two ago. Since on the topic of Arya Stark being a little younger looking, especially in the earlier seasons when she actually is too young.
Yeah.
What is the youngest person, like in a hypothetical world? Hypothetical, you're the same age you are now, and you're single, and everything's great, and this girl comes on to you. What's the youngest age that she can be for you to be comfortable?
I feel like if I give this away, it gives away my age.
No, you don't have to say your age. You just say her age.
Half your age plus 7.
Oh, there's a rule?
Half your age plus 7 is the youngest you should go.
So, well, that's ironic because
in my mind, okay, if they're still a teenager, if their age ends with teen, that's a no-go.
Yeah, they're I mean, well, it depends on how old you are. I don't think that, like...
Yeah, no, but, like... Yeah,
like, if you're kind of younger and then they're, like, 17 or 18, 19. Like, whatever.
Yeah, but, like... Basically, my thing is, like, old enough to get into a bar.
Yes.
Old enough to get into a bar. I think that's the big thing. If they can't
21.
get into if you can get into a bar... Well, in Canada, they can get into bars when they're 19. But then... teens are no.
True.
And 18.
So 20. I'm trying to nail you to an answer.
No, I really don't want to be nailed to an answer because it's like, I don't know. Yeah,
it depends. It depends on the person.
Probably 20.
I guess my technical rule is correct. I would probably 21 feels young too, because then maybe
that's what I mean.
They're still in school. They're not going to get some of my pop culture references. I'm not going to get their references.
Fair.
I think 23, but then I think that's how old my sister is. But then it's like my sister is an adult. She just turned 24, by the way. She's no longer 23.
There you go.
But
there you go.
But yeah, like maybe 23. I don't know.
It's hard to be that way. I feel like I wouldn't go out of,
so it's hard.
Yeah, it's because we're asking this is like because some people ask this question is in like how young of a girl can I get away with dating? And
how
young of a girl would I put up with dating? Like,
that's what that's our angle here, guys. We're not like sitting outside of high schools like, hey, babe, yo, I have a car.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, exactly. You know, to be like hanging out outside the high school, like I'm the coolest one here.
I'm moderately important on the internet.
Look, I have a car. And money that I can just like spend on things. Want to hang out?
Oh my god,
that's so creepy. God,
that's so weird. But people are like that. There's people like that out there.
True, there are people like that. Predators, I call them.
Yeah, they are predators. We don't want to be no teacaps here.
No, yeah, I'm saying like the girl, like you're in a bar. So yeah, like you're in a bar. Hypothetical, you're open to whatever. Girl comes up to you. Youngest she could be is 22. I'm nailing you to an answer. Cool.
You've decided 22 for me?
Yeah, I'm 23. Or I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I
As
don't
long as
know.
they're legally in the bar in the United States.
Oh yeah, it's nothing about it's illegal. It's just what would you want to like put up with. But I guess it really depends on the purpose or
Yeah,
person.
and the person, because some people are like really, really. There's people that are 30 that are less mature than like a 23-year-old or like a 20.
Agreed.
Like, so
Agreed.
like, you know.
It depends on their intellectual capabilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, what
Yeah,
other
yeah.
topic did we have? It fell out of my head.
Fell out of your
We
head?
had like
How about
another. Oh, was it the porn one?
Oh yeah.
The bee porn?
Bee
All right,
porn.
explain this
Pornhub.
to me because I don't understand.
All right, you could just watch my video on my channel, which you should do anyways, but
Right.
Pornhub is making bee porn, and it's not like
Like-
some guy dressed up in a bee suit or like the B-rated actors porn. This is literally they're making this entire line that for every click, money gets donated to bee preserving initiatives. And what it is that they take actual footage of bees like pollinating flowers and stuff, and then they get porn stars to voice over.
No.
So somebody be like, "Hey, I'm Daisy. I'm gonna open up my folds for you," and she'd be like, "Hey, Daisy, I'm going to give you Swedish massage." Yeah.
Wait. Okay. I'm about to show how much I don't understand how bees work.
Oh, no.
How can a female bee pollinate the flowers? No, right?
Now you're making me look dumb.
No.
At least, okay, we're better than okay. Davis and Nick didn't know what pollinate means, so female.
Yeah, we're one upping it on the flycast.
We're
at
one-upping
least,
them.
because that's difficult. I'm just kidding. Love you guys. I think like because there's the queen
female
bee.
orchid bees. No, because it's different species. Because I know there are female bees that actually act as the pollinators, and then like the male bees collect floral scents, and then some things it's vice versa.
Oh, so it depends on like the type of bee.
Yeah, it
So,
depends.
male
it
and
depends
female-
because it's not like it's not like because it doesn't require, it's not necessarily a gendered thing because they're just pollinating the flower. They're not actually like.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Like, is a
Have
female
sex with-
bee capable of pollinating? Like, how's that
Yes.
work? Because
Yeah,
like
it would just they just
like,
change. It's different.
this
species.
is so out of left field, but like with fish, like the lady lays the eggs, right, and then the male comes by, sprinkles his sauce, and then there's little fish. That was disgusting.
Oh my
How I
god!
just put that.
But yeah, no, it varies. Yeah, so like I think it's actually really common for female bees to.
So like there could be like lesbian bee porn, is what you're saying?
Actually, what do you think of what do you think's going on with the flat?
The flowers are all women,
Okay,
right? In my opinion,
get-
that's how
Oh
I
my
view
God.
them.
fine. In that situation, yes.
I've destroyed this
Yes.
discussion.
Because you got it's like cross species stuff. You know, the idea is that we need the bees to do the pollinating. Otherwise, like we die because then things don't we don't like it kills food and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It kills the production of food.
We need the bees. That's why
Yeah.
this whole thing is happening.
That's why it's happening. Yeah, and they're the whole thing is that they're educating people about how bees work a little bit, and then every click.
That might be the only time I
Saves
go
the
on
bees.
Pornhub to click around the bee porn. Is there a specific link or is it like a
There must be. I think if you just go to Pornhub and search bee porn, or if you just search bee porn Pornhub, it would probably pop up. And there's a bunch of videos apparently. I only watched the like intro to it, the thing that's all like, "This is what we're doing."
Wait, so they don't like moan and shit though, right? 'Cause
Yes,
I'm not-
probably. Maybe, I don't know. They said it's safe for work depending on where you work, but I don't know. Maybe they do. I haven't watched it. Yeah, no. Sometimes they're like, it's like. They just talk like porn stars though, because like at one point there's one where it's all like 3 bees inside the flower, and like one of the girls is like, "Oh my god, move over and let me inside," but it's like the way she's saying it, it's like, it's like a porn star.
I don't really have
So,
any
yeah.
money to pay for this pollen, Mr. B.
Apparently there's pizza jokes too. There's pizza delivery guy jokes in some of them. So.
Oh, it's amazing. I need to watch it then.
Yeah, just for fun.
It
That's
sounds
like the
safe
kind of thing
for
that you
work.
watch.
It sounds safe for my work, but then again, any porn is safe for my
That's
work
where
because I work
it said
from
safe
home.
for work depending on where you work. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
it's more like nobody would walk by your computer and it wouldn't look unusual. So if you had headphones, it would just look like you were watching like a bee video.
Yeah, because that's normal. That's,
Totally.
I mean, I would watch
I'm
a bee
learning
video.
about saving the bees.
Yeah, I'm on my lunch break. Fuck off, Bob.
Fuck off, Bob. Yeah.
Holy
But there's
shit.
like one person out there who's like, "This is actually what I've wanted my entire life. Like this is my hidden kink."
Yeah. Whoa.
There's at least one person out there
Dude,
who's like really happy about this.
bro, there's like so many little things that people are into, like random
Yeah.
shit. I bet bees
Yeah.
are like, there's
Absolutely. Because there's
like,
people who get really real off on like stuff that's like not even remotely sexual. So like,
yeah, they're like, yeah, girl, wash your hands.
yeah,
Or
wash your
like,
hands.
I don't know. I don't even know what would be like weird or off.
I don't know. People get turned on by inanimate objects. Like, woof, look at that tailpipe.
Dude, yeah.
You know, like,
Have you seen those little documentaries on YouTube where it's like this chick's in love with a roller coaster or whatever? I think we talked
yeah,
about this on the podcast. Holy shit, history repeats itself. I
it's
swear
fine.
though, it's a funny ass video.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, I feel bad though. All right, so I rewatched the video again recently, but it was like the whole video. So
Okay.
like I'm talking about this chick who was in love with this 1001 knocked or whatever fucking carnival ride. She was super into him, like, and she was very okay with being filmed. She was saying weird stuff
Yeah.
like "give me your fluids" and stuff. It was weird, but I watched like a condensed version that I laughed at with my stream. A few months ago, I watched like a full 45-minute, fully fledged like
Oh, damn.
documentary about her, this
Documentary.
other chick that was like gonna marry the Eiffel Tower. She used to be in love with her crossbow and shit, and like she would have sex with her crossbow. And like,
Stranger Things.
yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, definitely someone's into honeybees. But like, I started to feel like an asshole for laughing at these people because although it's funny, like trivial in a trivial way, like
Yeah.
these are people who, for whatever reason, like they started kind of going into maybe why they were like this, and I just started to feel real bad. Like, this one girl got
I feel
bullied
that.
super bad, and she just attached a likeness to a certain type of thing, and that's her life
Yeah.
now.
But you know what? They're getting paid to be on these things. So like,
Yeah, so they like in a way exploiting their own.
yeah, like I feel bad. Like people shouldn't be like fully bullied like that, but like I can understand why people are just gonna like kind of make fun of the situation.
Yeah, true.
It's
I felt like an asshole.
Yeah, no, that's fair, but it's like it's tough. It's tough. That actually eases into our next question, our next thing kind of well.
Yes. Oh my god, you're
So
doing the fucking
I did the easing
dude.
in.
You
Well, I
did
made a
it.
video the other day. So as somebody who does like a fair amount of like ranting and I'll occasionally like call out on the bullshit, it is kind of fun sometimes to watch people just talk about like people being kind of weird. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I can see H3H3 making fun of somebody who's in love with a roller coaster. But the other day, this thing kind of went viral where a guy got really, really hyped about the new Star Wars trailer. Like, so hyped, like, just very excited. And I guess he's just like that. He just gets really excited about
Yeah.
things like that. And
Well,
it's
he's
totally fine. But he's like, he's an older guy. He's like in his 30s, probably, I'd say, maybe late 20s. Um, and he started getting bullied immediately. That's the thing. Like, right out the gate, people were making fun of him for it. It was just his
well,
first video to really blow up.
they're making fun of him because he was doing like his face reaction to the trailer, and he's
Trailer,
very
he's reacting.
emotive.
That's what I
Like,
mean. He was like crying at one point. Like he was
taste,
just
yeah.
very, very excited and just
Ta-
all these different things. And like he was like, people were like, nothing's happening yet, and you're still really excited. But it's like when you're really excited about something, little things make you like, oh
yeah.
my god, that's
Like,
so well shot. The cinematography in this is great. Or
yeah, you just like the trailer came out, and he's been waiting for this trailer probably for months or whatever, and he's like
over
super
a year.
jazzed.
Yeah, like 2 years now, technically, I guess, a
And
year and
so
a half.
this fucking degenerate piece of shit human being woman comes on Twitter about this
Yeah,
video.
basically somebody he deleted the video for a bit or unlisted it because he's getting made fun
No,
of so much, but then
honey.
somebody found it because if it's unlisted or something, if it's somewhere you can find it on certain apps apparently,
Yeah.
and somebody else clipped it and was all like, just because you clip something doesn't mean it's not out there for me to like find and harass. And it's one thing if you see something that makes you laugh because you think it's cringy and you just say that's and you laugh about it by yourself, but to actually take it and put it out there is kind of
Yeah.
like another level of thing, especially when you know that they're bothered by what's happening. Like I get that if you put something out there, you're opening yourself up to any kind of criticism and anything, and that's totally fine. Like people can criticize the reaction, people can criticize anything they want. But then this bitch that Ashley's just talking about takes that guy who clipped it and like reposts it, and then let me get the actual like exact quote of what she said. And she's just one of these people that goes around people calling people like a beta male, and I basically disregard anybody who uses terms like beta, cuck, anything
Yeah, they're
like
just
that.
literal idiots.
I just disregard your opinion because it's stupid. Um, I find it. It was okay. I don't know if I can find it. It was kind of a while ago now, but
Yeah, it was like a week ago, but
yeah, but she just basically said something along the lines of, you know, this is why like no one would date anybody like this. And
yeah, like these
I
type
found
of
it.
men
Okay.
are yeah, read it.
I found it. Yeah. Star Wars and superhero movie obsession culture has revealed a whole new population of undateable men. Might be worse than men who wear cargo shorts. And like, It's
she's
just
trying to
like,
be funny, but she's also just being a huge asshole.
yeah, there's one thing. I see that comment a lot, and that would have been a totally different scenario if she had said that without having his video in that tweet, putting it out there to her 50,000 followers. It's different because I see a lot of people being like, it's so cringy when guys are into like so into this kind of stuff. And it's like, whatever, that's your opinion, but you're not specifically targeting one person with your harassment. So
Yeah.
that's what she did. And the sad thing is that he's married. This
Yeah,
guy
like maybe
is not,
he found like a girl who's super into it too, or
Yeah.
is it just cool with him being into stuff like that? Like,
no,
it's
she's
not that
into it too.
hard.
Like that's what I mean. Like there's somebody out there for everybody, and like as long as you're not gonna kill them or something, you know. Like, but for the most part, like if you're really passionate about something, there's somebody else out there who's gonna be really passionate about it too.
Yeah.
And a lot of people love it. And that was her thing. She kept trying to like straw man argue with people that were like, this is horrible. Like, I would definitely date somebody who is this passionate. Like, my boyfriend is super into stuff like this or this and that. And then she would just be like, well, you date him then. And then everyone had to be like, he's literally fucking married already. He doesn't need a date, you like shrew bitch. Like, he's doing better than you, apparently.
I just think
he's married.
I just think it's fucked up that like I don't know, people feel the need to put others down. Like I think my number one rule for social media, especially like I don't know, I didn't even used to watch Game of Thrones, right? And I would see people talk about it, and I did say like, oh man, I don't get it. Like I wish I got it. I wasn't like talking shit to people that like Game of Thrones, but I was like, I wish I got it. I feel like I'm the only one who's not into this shit, and like. But there's a difference between like just shitting on things that people like and like
shitting on the people who like them.
Yeah, like you gotta just let people enjoy things, man. Like who
Yeah.
cares? Like people that are really into anime. I'm not really too into anime, but fucking do you, boo boo. Watch all the anime.
As long as you're not being like fucking weird or anything, or
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
like I think it's okay to criticize the thing. Like I fucking hate Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom with a passion. I hate it more than pretty much like almost anything.
More than Watchmen?
No, I don't hate Watchmen. I just think they missed the
fucked
point of
up.
Watchmen.
Oh.
They missed the point of Watchmen in its delivery. That's Zack Snyder's fault. But I hate Jurassic World too. It's like the worst. It's like it was one of the worst movie going experiences of something that I expected good of. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. It's just of something I expected to be like at least entertaining and good. I hated it.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go up to somebody and be like, oh, you like Jurassic World 2? You fucking suck. Who would ever date you?
Yeah, right.
You know?
And then she started talking shit about cargo shorts, which just doesn't make any sense.
Well,
Like,
you know, I'm on with it. I'm joking. Like,
dude, like,
yeah.
what do you? Maybe you need the pockets. Maybe you fucking do some type of work, or maybe you just think they're comfortable. Who cares? Let people dress how they want to dress.
Exactly. It's like it's not that big a deal. You're making it sound like I don't even know what you're making it sound like, but like she's crazy. It's ridiculous.
She just wants to be superior, feel superior.
Yeah,
People
and that's
like
pretty
that
much it.
suck.
And like and a couple people would like agree with her, and she'd be like, "Yeah, it's bringing out all the nerd cucks in full force." And I'm like, "Wait, did you like you literally your opinion's invalid now?
Yeah.
You're using shitty ass terminology and lingo like that. That's not helpful. It doesn't get anybody anywheres." And
The
just
worst
get
part
in
is
your
seeing
little-
like all the like on social media, seeing like hot takes like that, and then just seeing like all the retweets and the favorites, and I'm like, oh my god, there's people that are like basically
agreeing
upvoting.
with this.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
I'm like-
retweets is one thing because you could be retweeting to criticizing, but it's like
Yeah.
the likes that you're
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
Because like a like is like, yo,
yeah, that's a
that's-
stamp of approval.
that's what I think too.
Yeah, I agree with this thought. you
Yeah,
know?
or oh, that's funny, or
yeah.
oh, I'm gonna like your picture, and now we're dating.
Yeah, like I could see you making that kind of statement and it being more of a joke, especially ending it off with a cargo shorts thing. But the fact that she had that guy's clip in there is basically like, oh no, this isn't a joke. You're actually being extremely malicious right now in your intent.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
she's being fucked up for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
just
So like,
don't-
I'm not down with that.
Did she
like,
ever? Did you ever like see like? Did she?
She
stick
kind of
to it?
basically.
Did she double down?
She tripled down on her stuff there. She
Oh, wow.
she was
So she's just like a known shitty person.
apparently.
I feel like there's
use
some
it.
people I see on Twitter, and it's a lot of it's political stuff.
Yes,
And I think
that's
like
rough,
everyone's
too.
entitled to like their political opinion for sure, dude. But
Yeah.
like how they present them sometimes, and this is on both sides, I think is just so fucked up. Like I don't know, it gets people
it's
get
definitely
real
both
passionate about it.
Yeah, I would say that the right is worse for having these weird like catchwords that I immediately shut off if I hear them. I'm like
Yeah.
like I don't like. Why can't you just use like a regular word? And I'm sure there's some from the left that I'm just not thinking right now. But there's definitely like things like cuck, things like beta, things like libtard. They all seem to be on the right, but I know there's stuff on the left too.
Yeah,
But it's
there's
like
some on the left. They'll call them
yeah,
like
and like I just
Nazis or whatever.
oh yeah,
the
that's what I mean.
fucking
Everybody
nickname for that
defaults to
is.
calling people a Nazi, and
Yeah,
it's
they
like, how
go
about you just reserve that for the people that are actually being Nazis
like
because
you're
they're there.
yeah
But you
you're
can't just call every and like sometimes people want to call every little thing racist, and it's like there might be some like racism embedded in this statement, but to call this person a racist, it kind of cheapens when this person's being called a racist who's being really horrible.
yeah like calling everybody a Nazi cheapens like the effect that we
Of
should
the
like
word.
yeah, and it's like and there's actual Nazis out there and actual little sectors out there that are
Yeah.
like really believing in that shit.
Yeah,
And
it
so
actually makes it easier for those real ones to gain power
traction.
and great and traction. Yeah, traction because people just start disregarding the term as meaning anything really.
Yeah.
So like that's the left and the right both have their
Bro,
problems, and it's a rough time.
bro, I think
I'm
like
Canadian and it's rough.
exactly. Do you remember the Apex Legends gender sexuality character thing? And I think I like
Yeah,
tweeted about it. Some guy like just came in my mentions and called me a feminazi, and I was like,
yeah, that's a bad word too.
have you like you've clearly just it didn't
They
even
do
seem
that.
like my tweet like had anything to do with anything like that, and they were
No,
like
they Google
feminazi.
they literally Google keywords and then they get jumped up into the conversation. Like I was talking about something and some random guy came in like shitting on gay and just basically being like, you know, if my son was gay, like I'd disown him. And there was all this like crazy. Oh, it was about the Last of Us 2 trailer or something. And
Oh
he just
yeah.
in from that. And it was like, it'll happen sometimes. You'll make statements and then people that you've never seen, never interacted with come into your mentions because they're just Googling search terms.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Dude, you
like
can-
what is going on in your day that you have the time to sit here and Twitter search terms and then just argue with people?
He needs to
What
go
is
watch.
wrong with
He needs
you?
to go watch B porn, bro. If he's that bored.
Yeah, he needs to chill and watch some B porn.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Calm down.
Calm it
Yeah,
down.
calm down and learn about the reproductive mysteries of the
I
nature.
really need to learn about bees now, though. Real talk, not to like circle back to it too much, but I don't know.
No,
like,
it's fine.
are flowers always female?
No,
And
because well,
are-
nature they make a bad joke. They say nature's bisexual, not bisexual, but nature actually is bisexual. So like I don't.
Wait,
They're plants. Like they're like some of them like it's just different terminology for like different things. Because like in plants, sometimes there's two parts to a plant. There's a female part and a male part
oh, so they're like,
in a lot of plants.
what's the word?
Hermaphroditic?
Hermaphrodite. Yeah, hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
When you have both
Yeah.
at birth or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't think they use that term for plants. But
Bro, aren't worms the same way? Oh my god. I'm like thinking back to 8th grade biology. I'm pretty sure a worm can have sex with itself and make another worm.
well, you can cut a worm and it can heal both sides of itself because there's
Bro,
like multiple hearts through.
We
a worm.
like opened the worm up. It was gross.
Yeah, I know we did
Dissected
too.
it. Ew. Yeah, I hate
No,
the
actually,
smell.
I skipped the worm. I skipped the worms. I couldn't do it. I was
Did
like, I'm gonna
you?
puke on this. I'll do the frog, but I'll puke on the worm.
Oh,
So they were like, okay.
I did the frog and the worm, and then I think they wanted us to do God, what was it?
Pig?
A pig fetus. I
fetus?
skipped that day. I was like, "Fuck you, dude! I'm not dissecting a pig fetus. I can't. I could handle the dead body of it, but the smell of the formaldehyde, bro.
Yeah,
Gets me,
yeah.
dude.
That made me sick. But it was like the worms and the formaldehyde specifically was grosser than the frogs.
The worms were pretty gross. I'm not
I couldn't
gonna lie.
handle. I could not handle. Couldn't handle.
Blah, I don't want to. Why? Fuck, man! I did it again. I did it to the podcast.
You made yourself
I
sick.
derailed the podcast, and now I'm
into
thinking.
grossness.
Yeah, now I like brought it to this. I couldn't tell if flowers were women or not. God dang it!
And now you're making me like, because I haven't actually taken a science class in a really long time, and you're making people guess
You're like
things.
thinking
But
about it.
either way, the importance is if we lose bees, we lose a lot. So.
Oh no, yeah, the bees are important. I was just asking dumbass questions about their like sexual, like.
Yeah.
I was gonna say identity. Do bees have sexual identities? I mean, their biological sex is what I'm asking
Yeah, their
questions
biological
about.
sex. Yeah, yeah.
I just am
exactly.
slow on the up. I'm gonna go
You're
watch
fine.
all the bee porn, bro. I encourage
Okay.
everybody.
Get with it.
Gonna
Yeah,
watch it
just
on
click
Rabbit
it.
tonight, guys. Let's fucking
Guys.
go.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Holy shit. Remember when I dissed you this last week? That was cool.
Yeah, I really do. My mom got a good chuckle out of it too.
No, your mom probably thinks I'm a dick.
No, she didn't. She laughed. She
Dude,
laughed.
there's so much. Okay, there's not a lot of context missing, but there's definitely context missing. I was playing Grand Theft Auto role playing, which by the way is fucking hilarious. I'm an Uber driver who low key works with a gang. Don't tell the cops. I mean, I'm an Uber driver, guys. That's all I do. I did one Uber driver trip and I got $50,000.
Crazy.
I know. But
I want to get into the role play stuff.
Dude, you definitely should. I'll give you like the app. You got to apply. It takes weeks.
I know.
It's like a thing. So if you're going to do it, get on it.
Get into it.
Yeah, it takes a while to set up too. I could show you, but
hell yeah.
It's super fun, dude. And before I was an Uber driver, I wanted to be a car salesman, and I roll up on this bike to this car salesman shop, or I guess the car dealership. Yeah,
the
car
dealership.
salesman shop. Dude, I want to make
I wonder why they didn't hire you.
Yeah, right, Jesus. So I freaking go there, and I'm wearing like I've pictured like. Because I'm a girl in the game, so I was like, I want to wear like a nice like fucking dress, like I want to be like fucking hot. Like this girl that I'm role playing is like the opposite of me. Like she's not me at all.
Because I heard you talking. You were like, it's okay, Kush. I'll put you in the phone right away.
Yeah, like super girly. And I was like, do you want my number? Do you want my
you want my number? It's Brittany, bitch, from the dealership.
Brittany B from the dealership.
But
yeah, so I was like trying to roll up, and then I was like, yo, fuck, they're not going to let me work for them. Because I look at where I'm dressed, I look like shit. And then I said I'm wearing a Canadian tuxedo.
I look like ass.
I look like ass.
Shit. I look like fucking Jedi.
No, I said I'm wearing a Canadian tuxedo. I look like fucking Jedi.
I look like shit. I look like Jedi.
No, the shit came before the Canadian tuxedo, sort of, Bob.
Hang on, let me listen to it right now.
Yeah, put me on blast. Put me on blast.
Put you on blast. Put you on blast.
Wait. Can I hear it? Or no?
I don't know if we'll find out, but I can at least like narrate it back.
Oh no, yeah, you do it. You tell me what it sounds like.
Okay. I look like shit. I need to change what I'm wearing. If I'm gonna be a car dealer, I'm wearing a Canadian tuxedo. I look like fucking Jedi. No offense, Jedi. You always look amazing.
Yeah, because I was like, fuck, that sounds so bad.
The back pedal.
I know.
Good thing you're on a bicycle, bitch, for that back pedal.
Yeah, I was backpedaling so fast. So I was like, I don't mean Jedi looks like shit. I'm just saying I look like her, and I'm not wearing what I'm supposed to be wearing.
I'm supposed to look real fancy right now.
Dude, you can diss me. You can diss me. Bro, I found this guy. I don't know if you've seen MiDNiTE's videos. I'm in the same server as him. Because he told me how, like, he gave me the link to apply or whatever. Because you kind of need to know somebody in the servers to get in there. So I went in there and, like, I met this fucking Billy guy. He was running for mayor. I voted for him. He's hilarious. And then I actually found his stream last night, and I was watching it for a little bit. It's role-playing is amazing. I can't believe it's taking me so long to get into it. Because, like... You
used to do it like fake back in the day, kind of. You used to just do it with your stream.
No, yeah, I would like literally
Sheila in the back.
Yeah,
not
like
actual Sheila, but
like I would roleplay by myself in GTA Online. Like I would pretend to be a person and I would put NPCs and like give them a little identity and like.
And that's what I thought it was, you know.
No, it's like real. It's like a modded version of the game, and like. I think, like, I don't know, people can just, like, do whatever they want. It's pretty cool. So I'm really excited to stream more of it. I actually tried to get into it, like, almost 2 years ago now. But but kind of when it was in its infancy, and it was really hard to get into a server. And I didn't know anybody, so I just gave up on it. And now, like, I'm in it, and I'm really enjoying it. So probably, like, my next stream will be on it. And I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
It's fucking
I gotta get into it.
Yeah, dude, I would, dude, who would you be? Who would be, like, your backstory?
Can I be a serial killer?
You could be. I think I've heard of serial killers already, but I'm wondering, like, you could definitely
be a serial killer?
Stream snipe the other serial killers, bro. That's against the rules, but that would be funny.
Damn. Okay, dude, not stream snipe them, then just kill them.
No, yeah, their rules are very strict. You could be like a You could be like Dexter, bro. You could be like a detective that finds a serial killer. Mm-hmm. And you see this evidence, and then you're like, bitch, you're going down. You're going to be like a vigilante, dude.
Yeah, that's what I want in life. That's all I've ever wanted in life.
Vigilante. Have you ever seen the movie, God damn it, what's it called? With Jodie Foster? She's a vigilante. It's kind of
Probably.
Dope. You probably have. It's kind of dope. I forget what it's called. God dang it. I hate when I bring stuff up and I don't know what I'm saying. But... God, you're probably going to say the name, and I'm going to...
The Brave One.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Dude, that movie makes me cry. It's so good, though. She's a vigilante and that shit. You could be like Jodie Foster in The Brave One.
Good.
Walking around Los Santos. Pow,
pow. Pop, pop, pop.
It's pretty cool, though. I'm really excited. I think, like my girl, Brittany B, she's kind of, like, ditzy. She's around my age. She was a door-to-door Botox injection saleswoman. but that doesn't really pay a lot. So now she wanted to be a lawyer, but that's like really hard and expensive. So now she's done a couple of odd jobs. Now she's working with a gang. It's
Oh my
fucking
God, that's
hilarious.
too good.
I'm gonna edit together like a video after this podcast of like the incredible,
The best moment.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that sounds great.
Oh, it's so fun, dude. I hope
Oh
you
my
get into it.
God,
I hope you get
I
into
want
it.
to.
I would watch you get like, cause you usually stream at night, right? So you probably wouldn't be
I
streaming
do.
when I stream, but I would definitely watch you stream that.
Hell yeah. Oh my God, there's so many options of things I could be.
I know exactly, and like in this server, there's like a few different like jobs you could do, and like you could actually be up to 3 people. So if I just want to log on and be either Brittany or I want to be a guy at one point. I don't know if
hell
there's
yeah.
a way I could like make my voice lower or be like,
I want to. You can use voice changers.
can you?
You might. The guy that you were talking to with the name Kush was using a voice changer. There's
Oh,
no way.
really? Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, can I be like a really obnoxious film critic that just like walks up to people in like high tense situations and just be like, but I bet you guys thought Avatar was a good movie, right?
Yeah.
And there's like a drug deal going down, and I just like fucking.
You walk into the Vanilla Unicorn, there's strippers everywhere,
Yeah.
and you're like, I can't believe how they
Yeah.
adapted Zack Snyder's Watchmen. This is
No,
so
how Zack Snyder
Oh, yeah,
adapted
yeah, yeah.
Watchmen.
Yeah, see, she's already fired up, bro. She like goes full fucking rage in the strip club about it. Dude, that would be
Exactly.
amazing. Oh, I would love
Hell
it if
yeah.
you got into it. I'll give you the link. It
That'd be
takes a while
fun.
to get. It took me like 2
Yeah, I
weeks to
know.
get into it. So,
Yeah,
like, literally, they probably have a lot of people applying. So,
I imagine. Yeah, and I know they prioritize like people based on the size of their channels.
yeah, maybe. I mean, I told him I knew Nick. So if you just say you know me and Nick, like, we'll vouch.
Yeah.
Or-
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll vouch for you. Be like, yo, Jedi's chill as fuck. She's gonna kill it.
Yeah.
She's funny.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do we have any more topics? Are you feeling advice?
I don't think I have any specific topics. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to talk to about
Nah, man, I just made myself
life.
look dumb as fuck the whole podcast
No,
so
you're-
far. I don't know if flowers have sexes or genders. I don't know how bees mate with them all the way. I gotta watch the porn to figure it out.
I have to watch the porn to figure out what the bees do.
This is
All right.
educational, okay?
Yeah, it's very educational. All right, let's see.
I think we got mad questions because I tweeted out yesterday. We might have
Yeah.
some.
Honestly,
left over.
oddly enough, not many people sent you questions based on yesterday's
Damn,
tweet.
man. They need
I feel like
you
they're
to
just used
tweet
to
it
us
out.
asking.
Yeah,
Yeah, or we
true.
need to always lie about having a.
Well, I was thinking like we could just do like specific topics, like questions, like
Yeah, like maybe 1 week relationship, 1 week like friends and family.
Yeah.
Just-
well, not like that,
Um,
but like I could just propose like a situation that maybe a lot of people face,
Oh,
and we could just
yeah.
talk about that topic.
that's true. We could do that. We could do that.
Like,
Okay.
wait,
we'll
am I
figure it
thinking
out.
of one? Oh yeah, we will.
No, because we got actual questions here.
Oh yeah, okay. I
All
was gonna
right,
say,
so yo, what's up, Jaguar here? Been a long time fan of the podcast. Just trying to understand how a slow relationship works. I've been talking to and hanging out with this girl for 2 weeks, and we are what would seem like a match in heaven. However, normally by this time we would already have been having sex and making out everything. Dude, you have 2 weeks?
This person
many
is
days have
very
been going
young. I
on?
can just tell.
Yeah, it's like I don't think it's that unusual not to be having sex within 2 weeks of a relationship starting. Just to say, like everybody goes at their own
Wait,
speed.
are
but
they
it's not,
already, like-
abnormal?
Are they already boyfriend girlfriend or
No, I don't think so.
they're
Hang on,
just
let me keep.
started
Let me
hanging
keep.
out? Sorry.
However,
sorry.
normally by this time we would have already been having sex and making out everything up and down the spectrum. This girl, however, I haven't even kissed yet, and I know she likes me, but I know she wants to be slow. How do I know when the time is right? I'm more than willing to wait. I just don't want to wait too long and have her think I'm not interested, but don't want to seem too aggressive. Like you haven't gone for that kind of like post date, like first kiss yet or anything. Like you haven't been like
He
how slow
hasn't
are we talking
laid
here?
the
Like
move. Oh, I'm confused.
Yeah,
Are they
like-
together? Or are they like just?
no, I think they're
dating?
dating. They're in the dating phase because they've been dating for like 2 weeks. We'll just say dating, even if you haven't. Like honestly, I don't know. You could just be straight up,
Yeah.
just straight up about it. Just be like, "Can I kiss you?" Like it's. I took a law class where the law teacher was like, technically, to protect yourself, you have to like ask them like, "Are you okay with me kissing you? Are you okay with me doing this?" Like every step of the way, you should, or you know,
How can you prove that you did that or didn't do that though?
it's not a matter of having to prove that you did. It's just like to make sure everybody's kind of a thing. But yes, you could not necessarily have to prove it, but like you can at least if you say I 100% did that because of this situation. But
Yeah, I think
it's
like
just-
if you're, I've been kind of in a similar situation where you're kind of like sussing each other out and figuring out maybe if you do want to take things a little further. If she's already
Yeah.
told you though that she wants to take it slow, then you got to kind of trust that. I don't know, like if you've told her like you really like her, how you feel about her, say, oh, like I really like you, and I'd really like to keep seeing you. Like that'll hopefully progress things, but you shouldn't be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I wanna fuck. Like you can't
Yeah,
like do
like work on
that.
the kiss first. Ignore the up and down the spectrum other stuff. Focus on the kiss part first.
Yeah,
Because if she's one of these people who wants to take things slow because she's just not as experienced, it's a mixed thing where the ball's in your court, but like the comfort is in her court.
yeah.
So that's kind of a mixed thing there. So I almost think you really just kind of have to, like go out for a nice date, and then when you like drop her off at the end of the night, just be like, hey, do you mind if I kiss you? Or
If not, it's totally
just
cool. And then
yeah.
after you kiss, you can still say, but you could still say no. But you can.
Wow, I feel called out. That's exactly how
Dude,
something in my life went, Ashley.
that's a callback for you, Jedi. And if you've been listening to the
Wow.
podcast a long time, you know that story.
Wow.
I
Okay.
love
Either
you,
way,
bro.
but yeah, you can do that. Or you can just, try to just make the first kiss. Like I feel like you can tell when somebody's like just, you're having that
Yeah.
conversation and you're getting like closer to each other, and then like the conversation kind of dies, but nobody's really moving away. Like,
Have you ever like been too pussy to kiss somebody?
yes.
Same. One time.
One time.
It was so, I don't even want to tell what happened, but it was really cringe. Basically, like, don't try to hurry her along in any way,
No.
but I would tell her how you feel, tell her you're like definitely feeling her, and probably hopefully she's feeling you too, and she'll say that.
Yeah.
And then, and if it kind of becomes a discussion of like, well, what are we doing? Like, maybe she'll say that, oh yeah, I just like to take things slow, or I don't want to get like physical too fast because of these reasons. And then you got to respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Always ask, I guess, especially at first if you're not sure. We're talking
Yeah,
about
and like
it.
if you guys are in high school, like maybe like how young or old are you also makes a difference. I kind of wish I knew.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I had more, but if like I'm just kind of assuming that you guys are at least 17, 18, maybe
Yeah.
older, honestly, but like
If you're younger than that, like you shouldn't be worrying too much about kissy kissy. So.
well, come on. You were a 16-year-old, Ashley.
Okay,
Maybe
yeah,
not,
lower than 16.
Yeah, maybe not worrying
Sweet.
too much about like the sucky sucky and stuff, but the kissy kissy, yeah, you can worry about that.
Oh my god, yeah, worry about kissy kissy. Don't touch anything.
Not sucky sucky.
Wear
Don't
all
touch
your
anything.
clothes.
Yeah. And a condom if
Yes.
the situation
if your
arises.
clothes fall off, wear protection.
Wear a condom.
A condom that will protect you.
Yeah. Condom. Yeah. The next question's actually from my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom
so
the Jedi.
love you girls. And again, wow, you sound so much alike. with
No.
the words and tone you use. Okay.
Maybe
thanks,
we
Mom.
both have northern accents.
Yeah, exactly. Northern. Okay, so I have a serious two-part question. Since you've personally experienced a real shitstorm, so she's referring to me and the daddy of five situation, the daddy of, the family of
Yeah,
five
they
thing.
like threatened you. It was crazy.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. Do you now hold back your honest opinions or hesitate to say what sometimes needs to be said or refrain from commenting on certain situations or just rein yourself in order to prevent or lessen threats?
That's a good ass question, Mom the Jedi.
Yeah, there's a second part to it. We'll answer. Oh, I'll just do it. So the second part of the question is, how difficult is that during stream chats, or is that a safe place where mostly fans are? You have to work harder to rein yourself in a stream chat, because once you say it, it's out there. If I'm making a video and I say something and then upon further reflection on editing think that's not necessarily the best thing to put out there, I can delete it before anybody has to know it ever came out of my mouth. But the stream, you say something that's clipped, it's gone. Like,
you have to be pretty careful, or they just take it out of context. Like when people were saying I said Jedi look like shit, but I didn't.
But like you did.
No, I didn't.
But yeah, like I feel like after that situation, I would say that the more, I just feel like you kind of get better navigating certain things, but it almost ends up being like a double-edged sword, because sometimes when you make a lot of content like I do, or sometimes I am talking about situations where people might have polarized opinions, sometimes I make it with the idea of the people that are currently watching my videos, but then I'll get a bunch of comments from people that I never experienced on the channel before with like either really shitty ideals or just opposite ideas that maybe I wouldn't have considered. So now it's almost like every time I make a video, I have to take like everything into account as to what I want to say, which can be a problem because sometimes you then try to people please the people that you don't actually want to agree with.
Yeah.
Because you just want to chill out. So it is kind of something that's always in my mind when I'm talking about literally anything. When it comes to situations like the Daddy of Five or Family of Five event, When it comes to any of the stuff like that he did and that she did to their kids, I will not hold back on anything that I have like visible evidence of.
Yeah.
But when it comes to some of the stuff involving the kids, that's where I try not to like. That's more for their protection and
Yeah, they're
the
children.
benefit of them. They're kids, you know. And I try to watch what I say in concerns concerning them. But like I will say, you know, like Daddy of Five, Mike Martin is a piece of fucking shit. Heather Martin is a piece of fucking shit, and I won't hold back on that. But because sometimes you just got to know, you know, when you're on the right side of something.
Yeah, true. Do you with other situations like is she maybe asking like how other people might react to your opinions? Is she like if there's something else that
Yeah.
happens in the future, do you feel like it's harder for you to be like if you let's say you have like the same type of evidence for something shitty and you want to rant about it, do you feel
Yeah.
like, "Oh man, I don't really want all the trouble again. Maybe I'll just chill a little bit." Like do you feel like
There's
that?
certain situations that I do that with just based on what I can see the public opinion on, or if I have a really strong emotional connection to it and I really feel like I know what's up, I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just go from a more news standpoint than an opinion standpoint if I don't fully know the situation, but I know that there's like something going on with like an anime voice actor right now that I don't feel fully confident talking about, even though a couple people have asked me to, because
Oh.
it's like bunch of people are saying he did something. He's saying he didn't do anything, but I haven't really looked into the situation enough to really make a statement either way. So that's something I'm personally choosing just not to talk about right now.
Yeah.
So that'll happen. But yeah, you know, it was kind of like it was like really like there was that were really nerve wracking. Like I got a bunch of crazy threats from them, their friends, and the oldest kid, and like it was
Did they like or their fans come into your stream at all? Like how did you deal
yeah,
with it happening in real
yeah.
time?
Yeah, so they weren't a couple of people came into the stream. A lot of the times I could kind of get them to calm down. A lot of people came when the oldest son told people to come report my video on his Instagram, and it actually so many people were reporting my stuff on Instagram that I couldn't post pictures on Instagram for like a month because
Damn.
like it just wasn't giving me the ability to, and it was so hard to contact anybody at Instagram support, but it eventually like unlocked itself and it was all good. But like then I had to report his video because I'm like, he's literally targeted harassing me. He's telling people to
Yeah.
come to my channel. Me talking about somebody and saying don't harass the family, don't harass the kids is not targeted harassing somebody. Somebody else saying here's the person who shit talked us, go report them for all sorts of stuff that like I didn't do.
Yeah.
So but yeah, so I'd get a couple people over in my stream because of that, and usually you just kind of have to like talk to them and just deal with it. Like it
Dude, you
was
would
definitely
talk to
nerve
them?
wracking.
I wouldn't even talk to them.
Well, sometimes they would just say things like, "Hey, such and such just mentioned you on his Instagram story," and
Oh.
I'd be like, "Okay," and then they'd be like, "Aren't you mad?" And I'm like, I'm not gonna shit talk a child who's a victim of abuse and basically used as a tool to abuse his siblings. Like I'm
Yeah,
not
what
gonna
are you
get
gonna
into a
say?
fight with like a 17-year-old or a 16 at the time. Like
Yeah.
he's like, I'm not.
That's not gonna help
That's the
anybody.
opposite of what I was trying to do with this situation.
Yeah, you're not
Is
trying to like get drama and like go
Yeah,
back
I'm
and
not trying
forth.
to destroy the kids. I'm just trying to point out the fact that like these people are like literally not even remotely remorseful for the horrible things they did to their kids. But
Yeah.
so, like sometimes you'd have to block them because they just come in being like "fuck you." But I had like I had a lot of help in the stream from stuff like that. Like a lot of really good viewers and like mods and friends and
Yeah,
stuff like
I was
that
gonna
helping
say
a
like
lot.
streams are usually like 99% on your side, and they're like, all right, get this guy out of here. Like, let's fucking move
Yeah,
on. We're having a good
that's the thing.
time. We don't need this. Like,
Yeah, I definitely feel safer when I talk about things in stream because I know that like the people actively watching are pretty much other than the couple of people who might be lurking to specifically to see what I was saying are people that are there for me. A video is different. It goes on
yeah,
YouTube, an algorithm. It could find like, hundreds, thousands of people that you don't know and don't know who you are and don't know what you stand for and stuff like that. So it's definitely a little
yeah,
bit different.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. That was a really good
Yeah.
question. I like how,
It was.
because I was interested in that too, actually.
Yeah,
I
she
just
was
wanted
like,
to
well, I'm
hear your
sure.
answer.
Yeah, she was just like, I'm sure Ashley can comment here also, but I'm not too familiar with negative situations that
There's
she's run
definitely
into.
been some negative situations. I've been on social media for like 10 years, so definitely,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Like, I kind of learned like what, like as far as like tweeting my opinion, especially on certain things. Like I've kind of learned like who the fuck cares? I don't want to go back and
Yeah.
forth with people.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's not
Yeah,
worth
it
it.
sucks.
Um,
No, it's not.
but I don't feel like I need to rein myself up in from somebody else. I just like am not too interested in putting myself out there in that way too much.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, the best feature that Twitter has is the mute feature.
Oh, dude.
Because they don't know you you don't have to block them, so they don't know
Yeah.
you did anything, and then they can just fucking like spin their wheels in your section. You never have to deal with them.
People love being blocked. They're like, I got him. I was right. Got you.
Exactly.
Got under
That's
your
why
skin.
I do everything in my power not to block people on stream. Like if they're
Same.
being lazy trolls, I just like point out the fact that they're like incredibly lazy trolls.
Like, try harder. I've heard that before.
Yeah, like come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Do we?
Yeah.
We got time for one more question.
Okay, let's see.
Pick a good one.
Let's see here.
Dear
There
Jedi,
was another one.
what do I do when my friend says I dress like shit?
You know, put them on blast.
Put them on blast.
Put them on blast. Some of these are, I feel like we get this one a lot, but it's clearly something that people care about, so we can just mention it again. Let's see. In your opinion, what is the best way to network and gain followers on Twitter?
Don't.
Don't try.
Yeah, don't do that. Just make friends. Make friendships. Make long-lasting friendships and relationships with people based on the fact that you
Make
like
some
them.
good memes.
I don't really like the social climbery vibe, and maybe I'm weird.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm not like as networky or whatever as I should be.
Yeah.
But I don't really like the whole like, oh, let's network together. Like, why don't you just make friends?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of hard, and like same kind of vein. Like I'm starting up with some startup advice, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know for YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube is such a tough thing. It's like different things work for different people. Some people have really good luck with one type of video and then they stick to it, and that's what makes them followers. Some people just get a few videos in different areas that pop off, and that's kind of how they build around that. I would just say like be consistent and make sure you're like sharing your stuff places, and like try to keep it relevant. It's almost the same thing like how people are kind of building subs on Twitch now. Like do like little giveaways every now and again. Like if you're talking about something, be like, okay, in relation to this, I'm gonna and actually do the giveaway, by the way. Don't like,
yeah, you gotta really do it.
Because like when I started, I was doing like I would do G Fuel reviews and then give away sample packs of G Fuel.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, you're gonna get people that aren't gonna want to stick around. That part's gonna suck, but you'll just get traction. It's just gonna help to start that traction.
Yeah.
Get people interested, and just do something that you're passionate about, because like people can tell. And when you're not, and like it's just so hard, because YouTube, you can make a video tomorrow and just something about it hits the algorithm, and then like you blow up. Or you could work and make videos every single day for a year and not get like any more than like 50 views a video, and like that's just like a sad reality.
That's how she
of
goes.
Things. There's actually a really good video by a guy named Gus Johnson, who is super funny, by the way, but he actually made a video. I'm gonna find the exact title, but it was actually like advice to YouTubers, and it's like 26 minutes long, and it's really good. Or it's like how to be a good YouTuber, I think.
Gus Johnson?
Gus Johnson. He's the guy who made that really hilarious like J.K. Rowling skit that I love so much, where he pretends to be J.K. Rowling.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And like, yeah, it's so funny. It's my favorite thing. But he's like, he's a really solid guy. So, and he was just on the H3 podcast actually. But yeah, Gus Johnson, how to be a good YouTuber. I thought there was actually some really good advice in that. Because I feel like different things work for different people.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if I find my 5 most like successful YouTube friends, they all got there in different ways.
Yeah, that's for sure true. Like I think like people, I don't know, people look for a shortcut way too often. Like, how do I network with the right person? How do I be friends with Nate Shop and then I'm gonna blow up? Like that's not how it works at all.
That's not how it works.
You have to. What I've seen, and this is maybe like a good example, like the Twitch mob. Like they're all really close friends. They've been friends forever. They came up together. They promote each other. They
just meme too. Like they make memes and
have fun. Like they're having fun with their friends, and that's why people like kind of see them as a collective or a group that's like succeeding. And it's because
they were smart about it too, because when they first started, it was like a lot. There was like the core members, but the mob was like massive. But then they were like, we're gonna actually just cut this down to like our 4 core and really push it.
Yeah.
And that's what they started doing. They started marketing themselves as the mob. And like they're actually in SOAR for a bit, and they actually just left, but like that's how they started promoting themselves and pushing. And then that just builds the community aspect of it. So like they even like it's kind of like a thing. You kind of have to like pick what your brand is and then just really go with it. Yeah.
Just have fun with it, man. Don't be I feel like people, and maybe it's just because I started at a way different time, but like I feel like people like look at it like, I'm gonna start this and I'm gonna be successful, and like maybe that does work for some people, but you're not gonna have a good time.
So rare. Yeah. Yeah. And don't do things just because you're noticing trends in it if it's not something that you're actually like passionate about.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Like,
Like you have to
yeah.
like actually enjoy what you're doing because long term people will see like, oh, they're
Yeah.
trying to make money.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's our advice. Twitter's hard. I don't even know. I don't
Growing
even
Twitter. I
know.
mean, people do a lot of corny stuff to grow on Twitter. I think like
Yeah.
just tweet out something funny or relevant to what you're doing. Someone
Yeah.
retweets it. Someone else sees that, retweets
Yeah.
it. That's how Twitter works. There's no like
Yeah.
formula. You just be
Yeah, and then be
creative.
genuinely supportive of people too. Like,
Yeah.
don't like people. I can tell when people are being fake. Like, if it's the people who that like instantly like everything I tweet, I'm like, I know you have my notifications on, which is awesome, but it doesn't mean the same as if somebody like actually has like a genuine thought on something that I say or put it out there
Yeah,
or
I
like,
just feel like they're just generically liking all my tweets, and I'm
yeah.
like,
Which keep it up.
yeah, whatever, man. Keep liking my
Keep it up.
tweets.
I'm just saying, don't be like, well, I have notifications on for people and I like all their tweets. I'm like, that's not really somebody. That's just
Yeah, you could be supportive doing that, I
oh
suppose,
yeah,
but
it's
like,
supportive, but like it's not the same. There's people who like every single one of my tweets that I don't think they watch my streams. I don't think they watch my videos, so I don't know what
yeah,
they're around for. But it's cool.
yeah. You're
It's
like,
cool.
it's chill, bro.
It's chill, bro.
All right, yo, is this a good time
Yeah,
to end it? You think?
I think so.
Cool. Should we tell them the advice email in the podcast? Maybe
Yeah,
garner
advice
some.
email is as of right now, Amanda the Jedi at gmail.com. If you don't care about it being like anonymous, you can just ask a question underneath the text or the tweet that we put out there. If you don't want to email and you don't care, just pop it
Yeah, or
there.
like even just a topic. Like, what do you think about this when this happens in a relationship, or
Yeah,
what do you think about this when at
even down
this
below if
in a
there's like
workplace?
topics you want us to talk about, put it in the comment section down below and I'll go look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So check out the advice. Check out new MiDNiTE merch. Use code Jedi on G Fuel. And make
Yes.
sure to subscribe to both of our channels. The links will be in the description. If you want
Yes.
to listen on iTunes or you do listen to us on iTunes, I really appreciate if you guys rate the podcast and just take a moment to say, yo, this podcast rocks or whatever in the reviews. Really appreciate that. It helps us grow. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch y'all. Bye.
Bye.